Adrian was completely fine until he was 5.5 months. That's when we tried to introduce baby foods. And he would scream. He was in a lot of pain. When he was about 15 months old, we realized that he didn't have any absorption. And from the age of 4, he was in a wheelchair because he had a progressive muscle disease as well. He couldn't go to school. He couldn't eat anything because his intestines couldn't take any food. So he had all his nutrition being given intravenously. He had different injections because of his immune deficiency, a lot of needles. When Adrian was a toddler, we would take him out and go for walks, just to make sure that he wasn't bothered by the fact that everyone else was eating. And then he said, why can't I be a part of the meal? So we started making him a part of the meal as well, and he had food on his plate and he would cut it up into pieces and just smell it and feel it and just being part of the social life at the table.
I wanted to try it, but I knew I couldn't do it because I would get sick, and I didn't miss it because I never tried it.
They couldn't tell us usually this happens, but what they could say is that he's getting very sick very fast. And the doctor would say that if you ever want to do something together as a family, this is your window of opportunity.
I was always aware of the chance of going to die. I was never saying when I get old. I was always saying if I get old.
Yeah, you were actually saying if I grow up. You knew that sometimes kids pass away too. And my husband and I talked about creating a memory for the rest of the family to live on when Adrian was no longer there. And we thought, we'd like to go to a conference. And that might be strange for someone, but we were never able to go anywhere. So we talked about going to Bethel. Our kids love the music. And then we checked out where is Bethel. And it was just way too far away for Adrian to go there, and it would just be too dangerous for him to have such a long flight. And then all of a sudden the presence of God left. After 2 months, we were desperate. And we thought, when was the last time we sensed the presence of God? Well, that's when we talked about going to Bethel, and there it was. And we realized that he was calling us to go. So at first possible opportunity, when they asked, does anyone need a miracle? He raised his hand.
When they prayed for me, I didn't feel anything, and nothing happened.
We went straight to a restaurant for lunch, and we ordered, and we were talking about what we had seen God doing. Adrian was asking if he could have one of the breadsticks just to play with, and all of a sudden he said, can I have another one? And I was like, no, you can't, you already have one. And he said, not anymore. I was like, what did you do? Did you eat it? And he said, yeah.
I was getting annoyed because they were always asking that night, oh, are you alright, are you alright? You asked me 2 minutes ago, am I still alright?
He's right, we probably asked him 50 times.
I'm still alive.
Yeah. And then in the morning I tiptoed in to see. And he woke up and he said, when's breakfast? He had like pizza, he had chicken, fries, burgers, chocolate chip cookies. You had a thing for chocolate chip cookies. And he would eat everything. He would literally just vacuum everything. After a couple of days, we noticed that something was going on in his back because we were used to giving him massages and it felt like muscle tissue. And we thought, this is just too weird. We won't tell anyone. But within a few days, he was jumping out of his wheelchair and just running about. And
I was running around and I used that I could sit down. I couldn't sit down. You fold the wheelchair with bags.
I had all my shopping bags in your wheelchair, yeah. It came in handy. We called our doctor. Everything that was related to his malabsorption and his digestive problems was checked out, and they were amazed. As for his muscles, we had that checked out by a physiotherapist 3 weeks after his healing. She was just stunned by the new muscle tissue that had formed during those weeks. And she had known him for years. So many things have happened during these 4 years that Adrian has been healed. You get to go away for weekends. Yeah, go to conferences or festivals. It's a different life, huh? You have a lot of opportunities, don't you? Yeah.
Almost too many.
No, there's never too many.